Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Iker Casillas, Jim, a man considered amongst the greatest ever when it comes to goalkeeping.
Yeah, and it's all the more impressive given that he's relatively short for a keeper, Peter. But he makes up for it with his agility, his laser focus and the ability to live up to the big occasion. Also, don't forget the way he exerts control, despite not being particularly outspoken. That is something else too.
And this is Ronaldo. And this is Ronaldo. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Rijkaard. Mateus. Looking to play him in. Rummenigge. Rummenigge! Oh, it's hit the post. So a third of the match, or thereabouts, gone, and we still await the first goal. Carvajal is looking to influence the game from out wide. Madrid upping the intensity here, having lost possession.
Yeah, it's actually very good pressing. They want it back as quickly as they can get it, and they're hunting in packs to do just that.
Good to watch.
It really is. It's rugged and robust, but it still needs plenty of intelligence and teamwork.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. Marcelo. And Toni Kroos. Oh, this is a great position. And that could well leave a mark. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
And a chance! He's delivered all right! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Madrid have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
James Rodriguez knocks it out wide. Vitinha. Oh no circumventing this opponent. Ernest quietly revving up. And it's Marcelo. That's good running with the ball. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Oh, what has happened here? Chance! And it's in! They are right back in business!
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Well, I'm giving him full marks for the way he exploited the space, Peter, but you really shouldn't be left unmarked in the middle like that. I don't think he can.
Can he finish? Toni Kroos. And we've reached half-time. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. Reflections on the first half?
Well, I don't think either side will have too much to complain about or worry about, Peter. 1-1 is a fair reflection of the game so far, so it'll be fascinating to see how both teams go about trying to establish a little more control in this second half.
Well, it's been a decent 45 minutes. Competitive, certainly, and a goal each. So we're just settling back into this second half. No, that's been intercepted. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Now it's Mohamed Salah. Can he spark a counter here? Varane spots it and intercepts. Oh, it's a nice idea. Was lacking. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Valverde. So we've reached the hour mark. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must... He's tried one!
Substitution.
That was good alertness. Asensio, well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Zanetti promptly onto that, and that is that. Asensio conjures time and space where few can. Victoria have it back and can go again. He has found the way through. Toni Kroos. Vinicius Junior. Rijkaard with the foul. A sharp pass.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Well timed, excellent interception. Asensio goes steaming forward. The movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. And he's intervened well there. Ernest. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Kroos. Now it's Bale.
There will be 1 minute
Oh, that's
at a
neat.
time.
It's Bale! Oh, yes, it's there! And that has raised the roof! And wow, he has given that a right old hit.
It's almost poetry in motion, Peter, isn't it? The way he wraps his foot round the ball so effortlessly. Amazing.
Madrid. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Victoria can justifiably find this a hard one to swallow. They gave it their all, but ultimately they have fallen just short against an opponent. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two
Hello,
sides get
everybody,
ready to
and
lock
welcome
horns.
to today's
This is
match.
football at its finest. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So it's down to business here. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, Leonardo Bonucci.
He's gone for goal! Oh, glorious! That is a special one! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And what a start!
That's the perfect confidence boost they needed. Brilliant.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. He's going for goal! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. It's a mighty... Oh, off the bar! Victoria have the chance to go the other way. Looking for the run, and this great chance! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Ronaldo is flagged offside. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Rummenigge. Now it's Vitinha. Oh, some tackle that. I have to say, that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. It's going to be another throw. Rijkaard. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it. Victoria are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Mohamed Salah has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. Rummenigge! Just swings wide.
Well, I think the defence are breathing a big sigh of relief here. He really spanked that and it wasn't far away at all.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Bonucci cuts out the pass. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Little pass back. That pass has been well intercepted. Bonucci. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising.
Victoria certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Cruyff. And it's Cruyff. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Mateus. Ernest. Vitinha.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Bonucci makes the interception. Not the most accurate pass. Rummenigge. Well seen. Saw that. And we hit half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. Victoria.
And a quick reminder.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the supports have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
Substitutions taking place.
Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Oh, it's great defensive work. It doesn't take too much imagination to guess what would have happened otherwise.
Well, he's not the type that's short on self-belief, so that could rub off on his teammates now.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Now it's Cruyff. Oh, what can he finish? Real chance here. It's Pelé! And it's hit the woodwork and out. Well, he should have done better, and he knows it. And here's Mbappe, Pelé, and it's Nagatomo. Nagatomo delivers. Rijkaard. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Victoria are not doing enough to get themselves back in the game. They're not as threatening as their opposition. It's got to change.
He's beaten, has a shot! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Salah. Rummenigge in the hunt and looking. He's gone for goal! Keeper's not concerned by that.
Yeah, you can't blame him for trying, but that looked a little forced.
Nemecha. Pelé can so cleverly bypass the press. Now Hoeneß. Cruyff. And here's Mbappe. And smartly reclaimed. Mbappe! And that would have won it.
Well, for me, he seems to be playing with a lot more zest now. He does look the most likely to grab that second goal cushion.
Corner number 2 then. Punched away. Mohamed Salah, the specialist in tearing teams apart. It is looking like the end. If anything's going to... It's Pelé! Brilliant from Pelé! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy. And surely that does it. Perfect time, decisive strike. Things starting to look very comfortable.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that 2-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive.
Cruyff. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Not too much to add on here, just a minute. And that is as far as it goes. Well, that's a tough one. Losing is never good, but this one feels especially hard to take. Not a lot that went glaringly wrong, but the result is one that will make them suffer.
Please report to the staff room immediately.
How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Victoria desperately failing to impose themselves on the game.
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion.
Hello,
The
everybody,
game yet
and
to kick
welcome
off.
to today's
The
match.
excitement already palpable. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. And that gets things running. Well, this formation was traditionally considered a bit defensive, but can he finish?
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. He might be in here. Mohamed Salah. That's the keeper's ball.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Great vision. Mateus. It's gone all the way through to the keeper. Al Nassr are looking to break at pace. And this is Mohamed Salah.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Mbappe. And here's Elise. Looking for the run. Rijkaard deals with that comfortably. Victoria are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. Gerrard.
Al Nassr, just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. Gives it back.
They're really getting no time to think on the ball here.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great position.
Big chance! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Azar. Olise. Ernest. Now it's Mohamed Salah. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Anyone who's joined us late, I can confirm that in terms of goals, at least you've missed nothing. Looking to go deep. Oh, the clearance is short. And they're back on the ball again. Van Dijk. And it's Gerrard. Mbappe is on. Hazard! And it's a goal!
Well, players of his stature just live for moments like that. Another really important contribution as we near half-time. And it can make such an impact on each mindset.
It was a great fit. There's the whistle for half-time. And it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Victoria.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Victoria can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Gerrard takes the shot. He has hit that forcefully.
Well, I think he's surprised himself how he managed not to hit the target then. He seemed to believe it was going in.
high card. Finding their passes. And this is Dembele. Now it's Mbappe. Rummenigge. He is always playing with one eye on the spectacular.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Hazard. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Rummenigge. Now Hoeneß.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
This is a really front-footed approach.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Can he get it? And he shoots! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Substitution on the field. Number 10.
And we have
Olise.
our very first corner.
Number 17. Luis Diaz. Number 18. Hazard. Number 11. Mbappe. Number 5. William Saliba. Coming on the field. Number 13.
And now a sudden chance to counter.
Number 22. Neymar. Number 80. Ronaldinho. Number 21, Shevchenko. Number 2,
That pass isn't the best. And it's Neymar. Now, can they get him away? Neymar will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. But they've got it again. And this is Dembele. Lovely ball and a rip. There's the shot! And the keeper couldn't hold it. Oh, taken with style. And that should do it. Within sight of the finish line. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, it still had to be finished off, so well done to the goal scorer, but the keeper should have done a lot better.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Al-Nassr are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to...
And that will be it. Victoria were a team not short on effort, but ultimately they were found wanting when it mattered. That is simply not how you go about... Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. So off we go then.
The midfield three, Peter, I think are going to be key in this lineup because it's a very expansive system.
Yeah, it certainly looks a very front-footed approach.
It is, and with the front three, especially the wide men, running at and beyond the defence, there's going to be an awful lot asked of the midfield. They have to supply those balls the attack can run onto, while at the same time maintaining the team's overall shape by linking the front and back.
Diaz! They've scored! He knows it's taken a big and very kind deflection, but he is claiming it nonetheless. I doubt very much that this was in the script. Played out to the left flank. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. No, that's been intercepted. That's really well manoeuvred. And here's Suarez. Spread out to the left. Diaz. Good challenge. Excellent challenge. Threads one in. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And here's Schneider. Timber has it out wide and in space.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Robertson is one whose deliveries we all know about. Xavi Alonso. Schneider. Diaz was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And the shot! And he nearly went all the way.
Hoeneß certainly looked hungry and exciting on the ball. Confidence is at play here.
Pinches it off him.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Diaz, he's got away. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Edmilson, back into the middle. And that pass just didn't quite work. Edmilson.
There will be one minute
wide.
added time.
Edmilson. And the finish! It's in! And there's the goal they've been looking for.
Fully merit this lead and are right on course for a real upset. And there's yet no signs of shying away.
There's the start of the second half.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't.
Shapes the shoot! And yes, it's there! And the second half is off to a flyer. And that really is so impressive.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific. What a difference a half-time rocket from the match.
Shot at goal! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. A collective sigh of relief from the defence. Victoria with the corner, they're first. Climbed! Oh, it's come off the upright. Just off target.
We're talking fine margins, very fine margins.
Mohamed Salah being hunted in packs.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
Gerrard. And it's Gerrard.
Oh, really well played.
Gerrard. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. Rummenigge. Oh, that was no routine save.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Corner number 2 then.
Victoria really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
They're coming again and again.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
He's tried one! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Played into the middle. Takes a shot! And he's gone looking for safety. There's a probing ball. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
I'm struggling.
Oh, he's been caught now. It's Luis Suarez! Really well taken goal. It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
So the lead now is 2.
You could certainly sense a real change of mood here. Now the crowd are demanding that they just finish this off.
Quality ball. Knocks it into space. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Now who's going to be first to this? Cannavaro calmly anticipates. Diaz. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Tries to play it through. And it's been played through. Well, he is slightly undercooked, that one.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
And there's green grass ahead of him. Oh, that's fabulous. That pass isn't the best. Mohamed Salah! Now, who's going to be first to this? It's Koeman! Off the post. And that may well be that. That is that. A performance of perspiration, work rate, grit. And those are very good qualities that might have got them something on another day. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. We have already started here. It appears to be a 4-4-2 formation, Jim.
Well, what I like about this system, Peter, is the way in which both central midfielders have to work in tandem. If one...
Mohamed Salah! Goal! Victoria! And what a start!
That's the perfect confidence boost they needed. Brilliant.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Victoria are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Picked out, and he shoots! And yes, it's there! Not one, but two. It is a dream start.
Yeah, a fantastic run and a fantastic pass to play him in. Both needed to be timed to perfection, and they were.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Not the most accurate pass. Aubameyang. Great ball, and he's in here. Ødegaard. Good ball, good take. And now they can clear their lines. And it's Vitinha. Probing pass.
Might want to be careful there.
Brilliantly cut out. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Paris Saint-Germain clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Finding their passes. Passing nice and neat. Real chance! Just cruising! They are cruising! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Victoria find a position of real strength now. Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card. Aubameyang. Good running, strong and purposeful. Might be danger here. And we have our very first corner. And he's there to clear it. And now a sudden chance to counter. Ferdinand makes the interception. And he's managed to get rid. Half-time getting close now. And here's Mohamed Salah. And the shot. And a chance! Oh, he's been caught on it here. Well, the defence proved infallible. Oh no, what has happened here? Big chance! He has done it! And they're at it again in double quick time. Terrible error, duly punished.
Well, you've got to give him credit for pressing so quickly there.
After 45 minutes is number 7, Furness.
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion.
Hello,
The game yet to
everybody,
kick
and
off.
welcome to
The
today's
excitement
match.
already palpable. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. So it's away we go then.
This guy, Marco Reus, is going to be so important here, Peter. He's the one who has to be the outlet as the team push forward. He'll often drop in to that number 10 position, offering support to his teammates. He's just constantly on the move, creating space, keeping defenders occupied, dragging people all over the place.
It's quite impressive actually, isn't it, the workload he is willing to take on when you consider that he is the team's main creative force, the goal threat too.
Yeah, but he can do it all. He's
Victoria have the chance to go the other way. And the chances keep on coming. They're awarded another corner. It's their second corner of the game. Well, it's gone out again, and so we'll have a repeat corner. So, third corner of the game. Thumps it clear. And now they can spring out of defence. He's in a great position here. Well, there's the clearance. Hernes. That's a little off target. Rummenigge. Now this could be a chance. He's free, and a chance! And it's come back out to him. Goal! Victoria! And Victoria are in front. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
Number 14, Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah.
So we have our breakthrough.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Chiellini kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Now it's Alvarez. Danger averted for now. He's had it taken off him. Nicely weighted ball. Goes for the shot! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Dale just can't be faulted for taking on the opportunity. That sort of distance is usually up his street.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. And here's Alvarez. Rummenigge has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. Oh, terrible pass. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Reus. Chiellini calmly anticipates, and he's quick to snatch it back. Kukçu. 1-0 here just before the break, and it looks as though it's going to stay that way for now. Alvarez, and it's Kukçu. Hernes. Well, that is one way to stop him. De Bruyne. Chiellini. Kukçu. Good ball, good take. He's had a shot! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing. So their fourth corner of the game. Victoria are looking to go forward now.
Has been indicated.
Oh, that's well spotted. And there's the end of the first half. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. So your views on the first half?
Well, this is when you need your players to step up, Peter, be brave, see all that courage. They need to have a big start to the second half to give them some momentum, and they're not going to get that if they're being too risk-averse.
Victoria, the happier of the teams, heading in for half-time, 1-0 up.
Substitution in progress.
And the action is back underway.
Victoria definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off. Bale really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
And now they can clear their lines. And it's Frimpong. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Victoria are still that goal to the good. Now it's Bale. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Mbappe is onto this. Koeman is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. And this is Bale, and he shoots! And that is wildly off target. Bale, and that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's Vitinha. And he's managed to get free. It's Salah! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
No way through there. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Vitinha. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
There's a lot of football still to be played, Peter, so ideally...
Could be danger here. It's run loose. Who's going to get there?
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. He has found the way through. And a shot! And that could come back to haunt them.
He really didn't cover himself in any glory. His finishing let him down when he needed it most.
They're up to 5 corners now. So it's going to be another corner. Corner count is rising. That's 6. Another corner. Any better luck this time round? It's a lucky 7th corner. And the chances keep on coming. They're awarded another corner. Well, the corners keep on coming. This is their 8th of the game now. Well, it's got out again, and so we'll have a repeat corner. Well, they are up to their 9th corner of the game now. So it's going to be another corner. They've won their 10th corner of the game now.
Cerezo Osaka really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
And this is Mohamed Salah. He's found a way through. Takes a shot! It's hit the upright. It's there! And that should do it! Within sight of the finish line.
90 minutes is...
And a trademark
14.
move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Substitution. Added minutes has been indicated.
Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Royce really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Looking for the run. And the finish! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And it's been taken short. He's having a shot! Oh, it's hit the post. The whistle has gone and it is all over. And so they have the outcome they desire. A dose of reality and quality, absolute togetherness, and the job is done. Mohamed Salah picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there.
Gate. Kindly remove it, as it is
After
about
all
to
of
be
that,
towed
Jim,
away.
what are you thinking?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin along. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So that's got things underway. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, a player that's very much moulded in the role of the traditional Spanish number 5 is Rodri. He certainly has the sort of physique that would allow him to do the job. He has both the muscle and the brains to provide the creative and defensive support whenever necessary.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Shimizu Espels clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Rummenigge. Ernest. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Valverde. Shevchenko. Caught offside that time. Valverde, and this is Shevchenko, and that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Aims beyond the defence. Fires it in low.
Well, neither team has yet managed to impose any authority, and as a consequence, this game's just drifted.
Let's a look and place it forward. Knocks it into space. Forlan picks it up out wide. Vitinha is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. And it's Valverde. Vitinha. And it's Salah. Rummenigge. No, that's been intercepted. Rummenigge is offering some sort of an apology there.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Reinders is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter. Victoria have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
Oh, important interception. Pass somewhat off target. It's Forlan. Zanetti. And it's Forlan. And the first half is done. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings.
Please be reminded.
Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, simply put, Peter, they haven't been good enough to trouble the opposition. They need to play with more courage in the second half and a lot more intent.
No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time.
Number 18, Shevchenko. Coming on
There's the start of the second half.
Number 9,
0-0, and we're at the halfway point. Rummenigge! He scored!
Boom! There we go, and it couldn't be much better. He was born for the glory he's just managed. The apple on top of the tree.
No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Such a well-worked finish. Situations like that.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, it looks like a bit of half-time encouragement was all that was needed, because we have a very different game on our hands now, Peter.
Koeman. Vitinha, Rummenigge, goes for the shot! They've got to be quick to recover this. Skims one in. Zanetti. Forlan.
Well, they've stamped some authority on things, but how much more authority can be generated?
Valverde gets into some space. Finds himself unceremoniously floored. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. The message is clear. None shall pass. Rummenigge looking understandably energised after his goal. Your impression so far, Jim?
There's a lot of football still to be played, Peter, so ideally they need to maintain an attacking endeavour. Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get...
Big chance! Oh, taken with style. Do not write them off. Back they come. That is so good. Such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
Well, I think he was saying to his teammates, how dare you doubt me?
Substitution on the field. Number 14, Reinders. Number
There is
8,
some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Barrios. Number 11.
Almost 75 minutes on the clock now.
Owen. Number 4.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter.
Great chance!
Victoria clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Good read, needed to be. Barrios. O'Reilly. And it's Barrios. Owen. Owen will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Barrios tries to pass it through.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Rummenigge. Ernest looking to be a menace in the final third. That's that, the end. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. It lacks winner, of course, but the crowd largely satisfied. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Victoria certainly had some good moments, Peter. There were plenty of encouraging spells that more should have been made of.
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. We have already started here. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, I think it's going to be hard, Peter, not to pick out the very talented Michael Elise here. We love his creativity and his ability to drift inside and find a little bit of space and then do serious damage. But potential was always in his...
Face-to-face, shooting chance! And he's done it!
Well, once more, it's him. And we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Japan are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. And it's Salah. And smartly reclaimed. Played back in. Victoria leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. Mateus. Can he get it through? Oh no, that was never going to make it. Koeman. Eto'o. He's picked his way through. Well, that looks a decent ball. Brilliantly cut out. He can get that clear. Eto'o is a player who's always giving defenders headaches. The ball's gone astray. Eto'o.
Japan, just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top. Hazard! Well, now it's a race for the ball.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And it's De Jong. Vitinha. Ernest. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Now it's Vitinha. Oh, that's well spotted. De Jong. Yaya Toure. Finding their passes. Hazard. Schlotterbeck. Victoria looking to go into the break. 1-0 up. Oh, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Here's a sharp little ball here. And here's Mohamed. It's Salah! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Kisung knocks it into space. And the through ball. That is a brilliant interception. And there is the half-time whistle. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. How would you review the first half?
Well, I'm a little bit worried for them and the way they've looked in transitions, Peter. They've been a bit exposed, so they might be only one down, but they can't afford to have any more sloppy moments. Concede another, and we know it's an awful long way back.
Victoria leading 1-0 at the break. If you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Victoria really need to go and grab another goal now, Peter, if they're going to go on and secure this.
It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Pepe gets it clear. Oh, nice one too, very nice. Victoria are ahead here by what is still the only goal. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Rummenigge. That ball looks a good one. Oh, he's burst through. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Mohamed Salah. Hazard. So, Jim, what are you thinking? Now it's Olise. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Olise. Olise. Passing is crisp and sharp. Now Hoeneß.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it. Victoria surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Lovely ball and a real chance now. That's going to go a long way. And this is Saviola. Now it's Mohamed Salah. That's been slipped through. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Victoria clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Neto. And it's Salah. Threads one in.
Victoria nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whip.
And there goes the final whistle. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. Hoeneß taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so.
And an exciting one too. We're about
So
to
what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Well, that was a hard-fought win with a defensive masterclass. They backed up their goal with a resilience that was first class.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you.